True.
Well,
very true.
I guess that's a nice segue to finish the panel talking about the Europa League. And obviously we got Bodo Glimt. Forms, you've booked it, we've booked it, we've all booked Bilbao, right? Do you think this is a bit too overconfident from us Spurs fans? And with the amount of times we've seen egg on our face, guys.
No, it's not. We're gonna do it, and we're gonna do it well. Oh, this is our time to shine, boys. Look, Bilbao. I hear great things about the place. I wanna get just even more memories in that place than I. Oh, I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm just getting so excited. I'm getting so excited. My connection's gonna go again. We're gonna win it all. Oh, flights are booked. Get me out there, but I don't think we can dismiss the fact that Bodo Glimt have been great this season. It's just time for them to not be. Remember, and I love that I'm going to make this comparison, but remember 2019. Remember that Champions League semi-final where Ajax were the complete underdogs. They were putting in star-studded performances against the big dogs, and they were beating them convincingly. Then it's time to play Tottenham, and that's where the journey ended. That's basically what I'm hoping happens this time round. Bodo Glimt finished, what did they finish? 9th in the league phase, so they had to then play those extra games to then try and get through, and they did it. And they did it, I'd say, convincingly. And then they went and beat Lazio 2-0, and no one really expected that. And then they finally pulled it back, and then it went to, it's a great story, but it ends at the semi-final, boys. Thank you for coming. Thank you for making Norwegian history. We will take it from here.
I
just hope Dr. Tottenham's getting that message as well.
Dr. Tottenham's retired for this season, mate. He's retired. He's off duty. Didn't you know about that, Brains? But I think a big thing that we got going for us, I actually think usually it's better to play the away leg first and then the home leg second. But I think in this case, it's actually a lot better to play the home leg first. First of all, because they've got big suspensions for the first leg. That's true. I think it's a big opportunity for us to stamp our authority in the game and take a convincing lead out to Norway. And also, just because they're so good at home, we just need to do the business first and then just put the game beyond all doubt before we go there into the tricky time.
But don't you think that creates a bit of like odd pressure then? Because like players, it's not a case of go in and win this game. It's like you got to go in and win this game by a few goals. Like you've got to, because you're going to go and play on an ice rink that's got some fake grass on it. You know what I mean?
I just feel like Bodo, the way they're going at the moment, you don't want to go into that second leg giving them something to hang on to. You want to blow them away first, and then just make sure you just basically play like you did away at Frankfurt, away at Bodo. Make sure you just either you lose by a goal or get a draw, and just make sure you don't embarrass yourselves there. If you can just take a big lead there, I feel like if we played that away leg first and give them, if they win that away leg, which I'm pretty sure we are going to lose that game because I think they've won most of their games at home. Like they could come back to our place and just somehow shithouse like a result, having a lead to hang on to. Whereas if they're the ones chasing the game back at their place, I think that kind of suits us a bit more. Hopefully that's where
I think the fans are going to be so important. I'm yet to go to a game at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium where all 60,000 or 60,000 minus the away fans have gone to that game wanting to bring the atmosphere because they know what's at stake, and then we've gone and lost the game. You know, like the most obvious example is that Arsenal game this season where they were pushing for top four and then us beating them at home, and then they didn't get it and we got it, and praise the Lord. So it's so crucial that yes, it's been a bit toxic at the stadium this season, but it's so crucial, and this is my call out to every Spurs fan that's going to that first leg. You have to be the 12th man. We have to just give the players that injection that they need, unless you don't want to do that and you want to go squeaky bum time when we go to Norway and then we end up crashing out. We don't go to Bilbao, and then what's this season been for? If there is one game where you go with the intention of actually supporting the players rather than going, well, they're not giving me a reason to shout about it, don't go to the game then. Go to the game and give the this is the game where you make the first move. You give the players what they need and they will reward you. And then we sit there, hopefully 3-4-0 up after the first leg because they couldn't hack playing at a stadium like ours with the atmosphere that we've given them. and then it's over before it's even started in the second leg, and then we can go to Bilbao, and then we can lift the trophy. But it starts on the 1st of May. Please, 100%. Just be the 12th man.
And you know, the thing I'm worried about going into this game is that we saw the first leg against Frankfurt, and even to a certain extent the game against Wolves. Who did we play? Who did we just play? Forest. Forest. The game against Forest, the game against Forest and the first leg against Frankfurt. We just didn't take our chances. This has to change against Bodo. We have to. I don't think we won't create the chance. I think we'll create the chance, but we got to bloody take them, man, because it's been too frustrating these last 2 home games, the way we've kind of managed it and just created them and not take it. This game, it all has to click, and we have to take these bloody chances if we have any hope of going through, in my opinion. And the thing with Bodo is, as much as they have unbelievable home form, their away form is not good. Like, they've only won one away game in the Europa League this season. So, albeit, from what I can see, they usually lose the away games by 1 and they win the home games by like 2 or 3. So they do have really strong home form. Like, they've in the knockout phases, they beat Twente at home 5-2. They beat Olympiacos at home 3-0, and they beat Lazio at home 2-0. So they really do like blow these teams away at home. But away from home, they lost to Lazio 3-1, they lost to Twente 2-1, and they lost to Olympiacos 2-1. And also they lost to Karabag in the group stage at home 2-1. So it's not like this is infallible like home team, but like their away form, I think it's poor for a reason. I think they very much rely on teams not being used to what their kind of home pitch, and not just the fact that it's a 4G pitch as well, it's AstroTurf, but also just the climate, being near the Arctic Circle. I don't know how it changes things, but it probably does somehow. Like, just the it's probably somehow like it's just different. The air is probably different over there or something. And they're very much
high altitude.
That's it. The altitude's probably different, and they I think we've seen it. I think in South America, I think was it Bolivia? Yeah, they're a team who are not a very good team at all, but they have an incredible home record. They have an incredible home record because no one can handle their altitude when they go there. And I think Bodo are probably something similar. So if we can just make sure that when they come to our place, we absolutely batter them. We definitely have the capability of battering them at home and putting the game beyond doubt.
Spurs players have to go and train in the kind of the highest point in Scotland on the crappiest 4G pitch.
Take them to the Highlands, Brains. Take them to the Highlands.
Go to the Highlands, play in the marshes.
Hasn't Norwegian League only just started as well? Like,
is that right?
They've played the majority of the Europa League campaign, and that's been the only games that they've played. I think they've only played 2 or 3 games in Norway, and now they've got a schedule. Hopefully they won't have the legs to travel all this way, because they travel far enough anyway. I think they're the highest up team by a long shot in Norway.
Yeah.
So hopefully the additional travel and the packed schedule that they'll have is going to play into our hands. But these are the games, especially that home leg, where we need to see World Cup winner Christian Romero. We need to see Juventus Cup winning mentality, Kulusevski and Bentancur. Yeah. We need to see Asian Cup winning Sonny. We need to just see those players.
FA Cup winning Madison.
And I'm not even being funny. I mean it. Like FA Cup winning Madison, because he's won a trophy in the last couple of years. Like, you have to just rely on the players that have lifted silverware to go, you know what? Over half of this squad, well, half of the players on the pitch know what it takes to lift the trophy, and some being the biggest trophies in world football. So let's just do it. Like, just do it. It's as simple as that.
So having said that, Bergval's going to show them the way how to do it then.
Yeah, pretty much. Bergval and Mikey Moore are going to be the ones.
Swedish league runner-up Bergval.
They are a really interesting team, Bodo, because like, they're not like a historically massive team in Norway. Like, they've been up and down the leagues over the past 20 years. And suddenly they'd never won a Norwegian league before. And now they've won 4 in the last 5, winning their first one 4 years ago. So, I mean, they are like quite this unbelievable team that are so well run. But let's say, for argument's sake, we do beat them. Who do we want in the final? Bilbao or Manchester United?
Oh, I say you got to go Man United. Because if you think about the players, we've beaten them 3 times this season. Just on muscle memory of how they've dealt with them, I think you'd got to hope that you get Man United. Even though Man United are a cup team and will show up in the finals.
Historically, doesn't matter what 11 they field, there is something ingrained in the DNA of Man United, which whoever is listening, please give this to Tottenham at some point, that no matter what 11 they are fielding, there is just this mentality of, wait, we're Manchester United, we're winning this.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we've beaten 3 times this season, and albeit it nearly was twice thanks to Fraser Forster. It's just, I don't know, United are just Manchester United when it comes to cup finals. Even look at when they beat, more recently, City in the FA Cup final. And it's like, oh, that wasn't expected. But then on the flip side, you look at Bilbao, and they're 4th behind the big 3. They're not far off 3rd. And they've got game changers like Williams who will just ruin you if you let him. And they're playing at home. So it's like, I don't want either of them. Give us Bodo final. Like, I don't want them.
Yeah.
But I think, and also in my lifetime, the only European final opponent we've seen has been Liverpool. So like, for the excitement of it, I'd like for it to be a European club. But for the fact that I think we could do them, I think I'd like for it to be United.
And Bilbao as well. They've got the strongest defensive record in La Liga this season, which is crazy.
Oh, then yeah, Man United. Glory, Man United.
Yeah, it was a weird one. I think, for sure, obviously, clearly Bilbao are the better team. There's no doubt about it. Bilbao are much better than Man United. Like, as you said, they're high up in La Liga and they're playing at home. There is a small part of me that feels like, because they're also a team that aren't used to like winning things, and also I also feel like the fact that it's in Bilbao in a weird way makes it a bit added pressure. Maybe it could make them bottle it. The fact that they're playing at home in that game rather than giving it the extra bit of motivation you think it does. Sometimes it adds to the pressure, especially on top of a club who aren't used to winning many trophies. And also do
Copa del Rey last season though.
I was going to say they're off the back of winning their first trophy in God knows how long. So it's there.
Maybe they've got that little bit extra. But I think having it play in Bilbao could make them bottle it. I think there could be that added pressure there. But Man United are just so bad. Like, I can't not want to face them, I think.
Would you not, if the final was in like our stadium, like you would be so pumped for that because you'd be going, it's a home game. Like, we cannot lose here. You know?
But it adds to the pressure. Yeah, the fans might feel that, but I think the players might feel a bit of added pressure to it. 100%. It should, in theory, mean they've got they're on home turf, so it makes it more difficult. But
that probably works for every club. The pressure on Bilbao, apart from Tottenham, that's the problem.
Yeah,
I think you're projecting how we would do.
How we would do. Yeah, maybe you're right.
Motivation for every other club. For us, it's like maybe let's play it somewhere else.
Well, look, I think we got a good chance against either of them, to be honest. I mean, it's going to be incredibly hard, but I don't know, man.
It's one game, innit? It's like it's one game. I mean, obviously we got to get to that one game. But
it's one of those. It's one of those as well where you can't. If we do lift it, you can't look at our run and say we had it easy. Because we had some difficult games in the league phase. You look at Roma, you look at Galatasaray away. You look at Frankfurt, who we weren't really expected to go there and get a result, or at least hold on like we did. And then Bodo Glimt, if we do perform away and we don't lose, it's like, okay, cool, well, you did something there, regardless of whether we're Tottenham Hotspur or not. And then you look at the final opponent, whether it be Bilbao at home or Man United, who are a cup team and have this pedigree anyway, it wouldn't have been an easy run. So it's like, yay. We won and we earned it.
And we did that through an injury crisis as well.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like a Carabao Cup, which people would say. I mean, I would do a lot of things for unspeakable things for
I've seen a few people on Twitter that say like, oh, if we win this competition, it's not much of an achievement because the Champions League teams haven't dropped out and stuff like that, and it's not a great competition. I'm like, have you seen the teams we've gone out to in this competition over the past 20 years? Ghent, Zagreb when their manager was in prison, Shakhtar Donetsk, like all the like Basel. Like, we've gone out to some of the like most unbelievably embarrassing teams. We went out in the group stage one year, even I remember, of the Europa League. So
when we went out to Ghent, that was like in prime Poch as well.
That was our best ever Prem team. We went out to Ghent. And we went out to Ghent we lost away. We went out to Ghent in the Europa League. So Like,
so you're setting up a loft to Bodo right now.
I'm just saying it's not as bad as people say. No.
It's a good competition.
At least they had their manager on the sideline, not in prison. That's all I'm saying.
I'm just saying, if we win this tournament, though, I just can't wait for Ange's press conference.
Oh, it's going to be unbelievable.
It's going to be hilarious.
He's just going to walk in there and go like this.
I think he's going to do the full Monty. He's going to be limboing into
He's
it.
going to come and say, "Is this my first season or my second season? I can't remember. Can you tell me?"
No, he's going to pull up every shit quote from an article from every journalist in there. So you said this, mate, and you said that, mate.
100%.
When you tell me this, mate, that's so good. I can't wait.
In some way, I really just hope he wins it just to be able to do that. Like that, the banter and the shithousery that he'll hold over everyone be classic. But I actually think like his big argument this season, and it's maybe not like a lot of stuff that you can say in press or you can say to anyone, but like if you look at it from a perspective of like he's been brought in, and what's the thing that he would have been told that is more important than anything in the world right now is win a trophy. Like he's looking at the squad. We got no chance of doing nothing in this league with that squad comparing to the top four, right? So if the decision is early, like, look, and then you get an injury crisis, you're going, look, we have to hang in everywhere we can and see our way through these stages of these tournaments because the number one thing is a trophy. And he can't say that. He can't say, look, yeah, well, we're not caring about the league. We're not caring about this. You can't say that, but the reality is that is the mandate from the club to him. Bring a trophy to this club. So if he does win that trophy,
and gets Champions League on top of that, you know, as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of discussion about whether you keep him or not. Like if he wins a trophy, he's basically got himself the statue. You know, he has got the job. You cannot get rid of him at that point. I mean, I've been Ange for a long time.
I think he will.
If he wins a trophy, you cannot get rid of him. It would be on his decision on whether he walks the walk.
Yeah, I think he will though. Like after everything he's been through this season,
fucking right you will. I'll be like, fuck yeah. 2 seasons. What does that mean? 2
he'll
seasons.
drop the mic in the press conference and be like, "I'm out of here, bitches."
Oh god.
But look, the reality, as you were saying, Reg, reality is the beginning of the season, like everyone, I think the remit would have been Champions League football and a trophy. That would have been the remit. And if he wins the Europa League, then he's completed it. Not in the most obviously we've been through a lot of pain to get there, but if he does get that trophy, then the objective would have been completed. I would say, come the end of the season,
in the most Spurs way possible. You know, worst ever Premier League season, but we still get a trophy and Champions League football.
Tim's going to be sitting there going, I knew it the whole time. That's why I was in.
That's why I
stayed in the pocket.
Keep him until the end of the season. It would have been worth it if we win that trophy, 100%. 100%.
I would happily double the money, Sam. I'd pay you double.
All right, let's put it in. I'll shake hands on that.
Brains, come on. When are you booking then? We've all booked. When are you booking?
Oh, man. My housemate came in straight away after the Frankfurt game. She's like, oh, me and my sister are booked already for Bilbao. And I was like, oh, no. I've just got Josh King's words in my head.
I know, the gods. We are angering the gods right now.
And then everyone started to blow me up, being like, yeah, booked. I'm like, oh, my God, what are we doing? What are we doing? So I just went the other.
I've heard every time a Spurs fan books a ticket to Bilbao, it's like a punch to the gods, and they're just getting lots of punches right now. And it's won't even matter a time before they go, enough's enough. Bodo winning. That's it. I've had enough.
I'm so worried. I've got so messed up with Josh King abused, like the dark arts on my mind this whole season. Like the amount of times he's kind of been annoyingly right. It's so annoying. So I've kind of been like, if I buy that ticket, we're gonna lose. Like I've convinced myself, like we're gonna lose. Like Josh King has done it to me. He's put me right in the dark of the dark.
Maybe just don't book your flight yet. Then.
Yeah, it'll be like this. It'll be in like fucking half time, and I'll be like, nah, I'm just gonna not book yet.